Today, I'll be speaking about one of the strength-based supportive learning environment interventions that help us create inclusive classrooms: peer support. The purpose of these interventions is simple but powerful. They help us create a culture of learning that identifies and mobilizes resources within our classroom to solve learning-related problems. We don't always need external resources. Sometimes, the greatest resources are our learners themselves. Before we go into peer support, let's revisit what inclusive education really means. Inclusive education is based on the belief that every learner can learn, but not in the same way, or at the same pace. It's about ensuring that every child, regardless of ability, background, or learning style, feels respected, supported, and valued in the classroom. As teachers, our role is to design learning experiences that remove barriers and build participation for all. Instead of focusing on learners' challenges, we identify their strengths and use those as a foundation for growth. That's what a strength-based approach is, focusing on what learners can do, not what they cannot. One of the most effective strength-based interventions is peer support. This approach involves pairing or grouping learners so they can learn from and with each other. It recognizes that every learner has something valuable to contribute. Some learners may be strong readers, others great at explaining, while some have leadership or creativity skills. In peer support, these strengths are mobilized to assist learners who might struggle in certain areas. For example, a learner who reads confidently can be paired with one who finds reading difficult. Together, they learn. One builds comprehension, the other builds confidence and empathy. What makes peer support so powerful is that it benefits both learners. The one providing support develops leadership, patience, and social awareness, while the one receiving support gains understanding and self-belief. It's a cycle of shared growth. In my grade 6 classroom, I implemented peer support during literacy lessons. I had a learner named Aisha who was fluent in reading, but struggled to summarize, and another learner, Libo, who found reading aloud difficult, but was strong in explaining ideas. I paired them for group reading. Aisha read the passages aloud, and Libo summarized what they read in his own words. Over time, both learners improved. Aisha learned to think critically about the text, and Libo gained confidence in his reading. What's important here is that I didn't need extra teaching aids or technology. I simply identified their strengths and allowed them to support each other. The classroom atmosphere became more positive, and learners began asking to work in pairs or small groups because they enjoyed learning together. This intervention directly supports the principles of inclusive education. First, it promotes participation and belonging. Every learner feels they have a place and a role. Second, it encourages collaboration. Learners support one another rather than compete. Third, it strengthens equity, because we are meeting learners' diverse needs through social interaction, not segregation. And finally, it builds respect and empathy, which are vital for a positive classroom climate. Peer support also aligns with the goals of OPV 222. The module teaches us that effective classrooms are inclusive, learner-centered, and designed to mobilize internal resources, our learners' abilities, our teaching creativity, and the relationships we nurture. This intervention reflects all those goals. To conclude, I believe peer support is one of the most effective ways to create a classroom environment that supports all learners, including those with diverse needs. It transforms the classroom from a place of individual struggle into a community of shared learning. When we view our learners not as problems to fix, but as partners with unique strengths, we unlock incredible potential. Through peer support, we empower learners to become active participants in each other's success. Inclusion isn't about extra work or specialized resources, it's about mindset. When we, as teachers, create spaces that celebrate strengths, build connections, and promote collaboration, we create classrooms where every learner belongs, learns, and grows. Thank you.